Vice Mayor Strange will address her properly.
You can kiss my foot.
Mr. Rico, you're out of order.
FBI, we are asking you to investigate this council. Please look into this council, how they award contracts, the bid process, how they use their positions to benefit their friends and themselves, how they use their positions to attack residents and critics and neighbors and business competition. FBI, will you please look into this?
And I welcome the FBI here. If you notice, Mr. Thompson, with his plea for the FBI and his watchdog group, this city runs the cleanest in this whole county. I guarantee
He
that.
was served a federal subpoena this
We
morning.
did receive a subpoena this morning, and we're going to cooperate 100% with the subpoena. And
Most of you who were involved up here, you gaslighted me. You tried to say I was crazy. And now we know that that's not true. And there's a lot of other issues I've been asking about as well.
Tonight, I'm going to show you just how brazen and corrupt the city of Panama City Beach is. They are absolutely the worst, and I've tested my theory when it comes to public records. Everybody who runs for office in Panama City Beach, to include the last guy who lost, Jeff McConnell, the former vice mayor, they all promise, including the current mayor, Mark Sheldon, that they're going to be transparent, that they're going to restore public trust. But Panama City Beach is the worst of all 467 cities in Florida when it comes to public records. Now, would you agree that public records are ours? Or do they belong to the city of Panama City Beach? Do they belong to Mark Sheldon? Do they belong to the city and not us? They are charging $50 for 30 digital pages of public records. I'll show you. And they have been since 2017. They started doing it because they were tired of my public record requests that eventually led to an FBI subpoena about 3 years later. I consider myself a watchdog of local government. And there are two things that are required to be a watchdog. You have to have sources, trusted sources, right? And I do. You also have to have access to public records. It is those are the two things that bring forth information that show if the city is following the rules or if the city is violating the law. And the city is violating the law on multiple fronts. I've got one story I'm going to break for you probably in the next week that is going to shock you. In Panama City Beach, it's like when they flooded Low Water Lake. Now, the authorities aren't doing anything about it. They know. They have the proof. But so far, they aren't doing anything about it. I suspect they're waiting for the Lynn Haven trial to get through before they focus on the big stuff. Get the little stuff and then spend years and years and then go for the big stuff. I hope. They know this stuff is going on. But I want to talk with you tonight, and I'm going to show you what Panama City Beach is charging $50 for 30 digital copies, pages, digital copies of public records. They're doing it as an obstacle to prevent public records from getting into the hands of their owners, us. They are playing all kinds of games. The law, the Florida statute that governs all of this, says they can charge 15 cents per page, or I think it's like 10 cents for double, 5 more cents if it's a double page. That's only if they're printed. If it's a digital copy, it doesn't cost them anything. But sometimes a public request is made, and this is true, that may have confidential or sensitive information contained in the public record. A social security number, medical information. There are sometimes those kinds of things in a public record. And so if public records are requested where it's likely that those could be in them, then the city can charge to review the documents just to make sure they don't have to redact anything. That's reasonable. Everybody understands that. But how long do you think it takes to review one page to find out if there is any sensitive or any confidential information? How long do you think it would take to review one page? Let's say it is let's say the page that's requested is a flyer that the city sent out. The city says that it takes 2 minutes to review a flyer, a public flyer, to make sure there aren't any social security numbers in the public flyer. 2 minutes. Now, the 2 minutes review is done by an employee who makes more than $50 an hour. The keeper of the records, right? So they charge $50 an hour to review records. So here we go. The way it works in Panama City Beach is they have a resolution they passed in 2017 to hide public records from us. And how many pages, let's do some math. And I'm not good at math, but I know this. If it takes 1 minute to review a page, how many pages can you review in an hour? 60, right? 60 minutes in an hour. So if it takes 1 minute per page, it would be 60 minutes. If it takes 2 minutes per page, it's 30. You only get 30 pages in an hour. That's what they're doing. They're charging 2 minutes at $50 an hour per page, even if it's a blank page. Think I'm joking? I'll show you a blank page that the city is charging 2 minutes at $50 an hour to review to make sure there isn't any confidential information. I'm going to show you tonight how the city of Panama City Beach is breaking the law. And I'll show you right after this.
Hand caught in the cookie jar? Sometimes bad habits continue even into adulthood. I'm El Saline, 850-215-0628. Let me help you.
It's a hot time in Florida, and my friend Ryan could make sure your air conditioning is running at peak efficiency. He could even install a new one, built to a higher standard, American standard. Find out more at pcairrepair.com.
All right, let's take a look at Panama City Beach Resolution 17-146. This is from 2017. That's why it starts with 17-146. Here is their resolution. So for extensive public record requests, they define that as any public record request that would take more than 1 hour to gather, including the 2 minutes per page to review for sensitive information. These are the two paragraphs that matter. If the nature or volume of public records requested is such as to require extensive clerical or supervisory assistance, a special service charge shall be required in addition to the actual cost of duplication. Remember, there's no actual cost of duplication for digital. Extensive clerical or supervisor assistance means the time expended by city personnel in excess of 60 minutes to locate, review for non-public information, copy, redact, and refile the materials requested. The special service charge may apply even when only inspection is requested. In other words, if you just want to go in there and look at it. Calculation of extensive requests. The special service charge is the labor cost of the person's providing the service, which is that person's normal hourly pay plus benefits multiplied by the time expended by that person. For purposes of estimating the time to be expended, the city shall estimate 2 minutes for each document to be collected and reviewed. and redacted and copied if necessary. The first 60 minutes of work processing the public records request shall not be included in the so the first hour the city absorbs and shall be attributed to the personnel who actually performed the first 60 minutes of work. Whenever, this is important, whenever it is likely that a special service charge will be required, city personnel shall inform the person requesting records of this likelihood and, to the extent possible, provide an estimate of the expected special service charge prior to providing the extensive clerical or supervisory assistance. Okay, so now you see the city's policy. Now let's take a look at an email I got from the city when I made a public record request for 64 pages. All I want are 64 pages of emails between the city and the Attorney General's Special Counsel on Public Records. In 2017, they had an email exchange when they were trying to deceive the Attorney General's office. Oh, I have the proof. And they were trying to come up with this 2 minutes per page standard to prevent us from seeing public records. So I made a public record request more than a month ago to the city of Panama City Beach for only 64 pages. I just got the first 33. Well, in reality, it's not even 33 pages. I'll show you in a minute. But here's what they told me. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at. No, we'll look at the actual public records in a minute. But now that you saw the resolution 17-146, I mistakenly called it resolution -164 in the meeting, but it's the same thing I'm talking about. Let's take a look at what I told the council at the last city council meeting. I think you're going to like this. All right. Here's the last city council meeting, and this was what I asked of them.
But I'm here to ask you about public records again. It may come down the road that these residents need public records, and Florida has great public records laws, but you all have passed your own ordinances that are much worse. The city is superseding the state's public records laws. I'll give you an example. It's taking 2 weeks for me to get public record responses from the city clerk. And just 2 hours before this meeting, I finally got a response after 2 weeks, but it didn't meet my request. All I wanted was 30 emails, 30 documents, and I didn't get them in 2 weeks. But I'm told if I want another 34 documents, totaling 64, that I have to pay you $63 for 34 of them. So you all are charging more than $50 an hour to review these records when there is no expectation that there will be anything confidential in these documents. These are emails between the city and the Attorney General's office back in 2017. These do not need to be reviewed. 64 emails. Now, I would like to ask you, will you waive the $63 for those emails? And can I get them immediately? They're already sorted out. You already have them. Can I get those tomorrow, Mr. Mayor? You won't be able to get them either. This is how they treat public records. Now, I did get emails that I requested a couple of months ago or 6 weeks ago. And I requested an email chain, but I didn't get the email chain. I got a single email. I didn't get the responses. Some of the emails that I received were blank pages. Blank pages. So I'd like to request a meeting with you, City Clerk, to inspect those emails and the entire exchange, please. Finally, will you get rid of resolution 17-164, I believe is what it is. The resolution that charges more than $50 for 30 pages of public records that belong to us. Repeal that. It's outrageous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you hear Mayor Sheldon? Thank you. Now, Mayor Sheldon has said that he will not do that. He said, quote, there is a reason we charge that. He didn't even say that. He said there's a reason, I don't know, something that it costs that much, or that the price is that, or something, as though it's a product he's selling. This is against the law. This is against Florida statute. So many things to tell you, but I want to show you what they sent me. I want to show you the 30. So what I did, here's what I did. I went back and I requested the first basically hour's worth of work, right? 33 pages, because for the first hour, they don't charge you anything. So send me the first 33 pages. I'm going to show you these 33 pages that the city of Panama City Beach claims takes 2 minutes to review each page, because there's a high likelihood they could contain confidential or sensitive information such as social security numbers. You ready? Let's look at them now. Oh my God, these people are so corrupt. All right, these are what I got. These are the first 33 pages. You see that number 1 on the top right from Lynn Fazzoni? She is the city clerk. Now, the last 2 city clerks who actually did their job and provided public records got fired for it. They also filed whistleblower lawsuits and settled them. And that would be Diane Floyd and MJ Bossert. They did their jobs and got fired for it. The new city clerk, Lynn Fazzoni, just got a 7% raise. And she got praised for doing a fantastic job. Phenomenal is the word the mayor used. And this is the kind of delay and denial and charges that we are met with now. This is page 1. Now, remember, each page takes 2 minutes for them to review at $50 an hour for public information. Tell me, do you think there would be any private information on this? This is from the Division of Retirement to Mike Thomas back in 2017. Okay, look at this. This is a look at this. It's just a document. It is a memorandum. That's all it is. They say it takes 2 minutes to review this page for social security numbers. All right, page 2. Look at page 2. I got 33 pages. Do you think it would take 2 minutes to find a social security number in here? In a memorandum? Page 3. Wait till you see the pages duplicate each other. Page 3. They say the city of Panama City Beach illegally, and the city clerk says that this could contain confidential or sensitive information. The 38th annual Police Officers and Firefighters Pension Trustees School. This is an agenda item. Look at that. That's page 3. Do you think it would take 2 minutes to find a social security number here? Page 4. See page 4. Same thing. The city claims it takes 2 minutes to scan. Page 5. You're not going to believe what you're about to see. Page 5, same thing. So that they said it takes, what I just showed you, the city claims takes 10 minutes at $50 an hour to find confidential information. Page 6. Okay, this is an email from the city attorney, Amy Whiteout Myers, to Pat Gleason at the Attorney General's office. They're talking about mediation for a public record request where a citizen is having a problem with the city. But take a look at this. I want you to notice this. This is page 6. We don't need to concern ourselves at this moment with the content of the email, but look at the first line. Thanks, Pat. I've never done an email mediation before. I'm telling you that because you're going to see this page repeat itself. Do you think it would take 2 minutes? Look at that. To find a social security number in a in an email. Look, how about this page here? That's a whole page, page 7. 3/4 of the page is simply a stamp of the attorney's office and a caveat at the bottom. They say that takes 2 minutes to find confidential information on page 7. Page, oh, there we go. There's a little bit more. Again, same type stuff. Page 8. Look at this. Page 8. Thank you for your email. Pat Gleason says from the Attorney General's office. Again, this is all, there's nothing in here that in any good faith would have medical records or Social Security information. All right. So now we're on page 9. Look at this. Most of this, again, just caveats that are on all emails. I've received your email. We'll let you know. How much would it cost for me to come there and read them myself? Ask the citizen. You think it takes 2 minutes on this page to find confidential information? How about page 10? Maybe page 10 does. That's the entire page. 2 minutes. They charge 2 minutes at $50 an hour. And the entire, damn near the entire page, again, it's just caveat, just notices. Let's go to page 11. Look at that. The entire page almost, except for there. 2 minutes, do you think, to review this? Maybe the city clerk reads slowly. Page 12. Again, mostly notices and caveats. There we go. This is the entire page. You have one sentence to read. Pat Gleason is an attorney at the Florida Attorney General's office. I expect she is facilitating the request and not representing a party. We will powwow on Monday and decide how to respond. That's it. I didn't see it. Did you? Let's take another minute and a half and see. I mean, my God, these people. Page 13. Only that. How should I answer them? I don't know, Pat Gleason. Hello, Ms. Smith. That's it. Any social security numbers or medical information, private medical information, anything about children, maybe. So there's actual correspondence, page 14. Look at that. This little page. Page 14, 2 minutes to review this. I wanted to confirm my thoughts for writing you. I have received your inquiry and will let you know. Page 15. The city is responding to the citizen. That's the whole page. That's the whole page. One sentence. Right there. 2 sentences. Miss Hall from Joe. Page 16. I also have a question, one to look at tonight. I think is questionable concerning an employee. The 2 emails you defined as questionable did in fact contain exemptions. Cindy will be sending you redacted docs for your work. Pass along. Good work. Okay. So that was 2 emails out of hundreds and hundreds. I think it's almost 600. 2 emails out of almost 600. All right. Page 17. Pat, we've concluded the 1-hour review. Here's a brief summary. So all the city attorney is doing is telling the attorney general who the people are in the office. Joe Smith is our city clerk. Diane Floyd is the city employee whose emails are being requested. Here's the results. Do you think any sensitive information, confidential information, could possibly be in here? Absolutely not. All right, page 18. That's the whole page. Look at that. Thanks for your comments. Open government mediation is a lot more informal, says the Attorney General to office to the city. All right, page 19. Look at that. We're back to now this is a duplicated page. Remember I said, thanks, Pat. I've never done an email mediation before. So the city is claiming it takes 2 minutes to review a duplicated page. It'll continue like this. Page 20. Takes 2 minutes for the city to look at that page and see if there's any confidential information. They are such liars. They are such liars. It's so illegal too. Thanks for your email. In a situation like this, I think the easiest thing to do is to send me an email. Now, the content of this is interesting, and I'll be talking to you about that later. All right, so it goes on. Look at this page 22. Most of that is just caveat and notice. See, look at that. A repeated page. How much would it cost me to come there and read them myself? I've received your inquiry and will let you know. 2 minutes to review that page at $50 an hour, the city says. This is the game they play with us. Look at this one. Same kind of thing. That right there takes the city clerk 2 minutes. I am requesting Diane Floyd's emails from January 2017 to current date, and please send them however is easiest for you. Thank you. That takes the city clerk 2 minutes to review at $50 an hour. All right. From Joe Smith, this is internal from city to city. She didn't give any context. That's it. That whole thing. 2 minutes, page 25. There are 33 pages. Now look at this page here. It's blank, completely blank, because that right there is absolutely nothing on this. There's no email on this page. That's page 25. City clerk Lynn Fazzoni sent me this page. She marked it as page 25. It took her 2 minutes to review that. There's nothing there, not a thing, not a single thing on that page to review. That is just, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that's on every page. She charged, this is fraud. Lynn Fazzoni, if you're watching, you need to stop doing this. This is fraud. You are charging 2 minutes for this. Well, we gave you 33 pages at no charge. But if you had taken this page out, I would have gotten another page with actual content. My God, this is amazing. Is this not amazing? They say there could be potential confidential information in the invoice, page 26. In the invoice, that's a public record for us to review. There's no possibility at all. Now look at this. This is a repeat page. Remember, she didn't give any context. 27 is a repeat page. This is fraud. This is fraud from the city of Panama City Beach. Please look at page 28. All I care about in the whole world right now is that you see page 28 and know that Lynn Fazzoni, the city clerk in Panama City Beach, wrote page 28 and charged for a blank page. That right there is not part of an email. That's, again, part of their notice on every page. 28 is a blank page. She wrote 28 on that page. Page 29, there are 33 of them. From Mario Rico Gispert, former city manager. Pat Gleason needs a copy of. Look at that. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's a repeat right there. Hello and thank you for your interest. Oh, that's a repeat. Page 30. I'm the repeat page. That right there, again, that repeat down there, that's page 30, page 32 here. That all right there, repeat stuff. I have received your inquiry and will let you know. I wanted to confirm my thoughts for all. Page 32 is a duplicate page. You know how emails go where you get the duplications? Page 33. All of this, everything you see right there is just caveat, notice, stamps. There's nothing on there. I'm requesting Diane Floyd's email. It's a repeat page. That is what Panama City Beach is charging $2 2 minutes per page to review. That is illegal. That is fraud. And the city of Panama City Beach must and will be held accountable for this.
You want to look good? You want to feel good? Little John's Big and Tall is where it's at. Right across the street from Sky's Pizza Pie, 5700 North Davis Highway. You can find out more online at littlejohnsbigandtall.com. He's also a member of the iTex trading community, where your iTex dollars are welcome.
Don't let back pain and neck pain get you down. Find relief at Brown Chiropractic Center on St. Andrews Boulevard in Panama City. Dr. Sherry Brown helps people heal naturally with chiropractic adjustments and deep tissue massage. Call 769-3777. I'm looking at your comments right now. Wow. Many of you are talking about how, yeah, that's right. Many of you are talking about how Lynn Haven does similar stuff. Wow. Sarah Moon says sensitive information should already be identified and marked properly, and they have the technology to do it. So the city can safeguard and protect that data. The fact that they don't review their data for sensitive information until you make a public record request is absurd. Not only is it absurd, we know it's a lie. Yeah, no, I understand, Dylan. I understand that for sure. Fazoni is just doing what she's told. She's not the mastermind here. But she also is the city clerk. She's the keeper of records. She has a duty and responsibility. For her to write a page number on a page that is blank, that's on her. That's on her. She should have skipped over that page and went to the next page. And she should not write page numbers that are duplications. She can't change the illegal resolution, but she can be honest when she marks the pages. She has an obligation. And by the way, and I know you agree with this, Dylan, but the just doing my job thing, we know how that goes throughout history. I was just doing my job. You know, because I did it, I would never, ever do a job that requires me to lie in the public trust. Ever. They told me to do that at Talk Radio 101 in 2014. I said, nope, not doing it. I knew what was coming. And they said, well, then you got to leave. And I said, bye. And that's how I got here with you. But when you have a job, when you're a keeper of the public records, and you are just doing your job, and just doing your job is this, that's a problem. That's a big problem. In this day and age, all cities, counties, and municipalities should be electronically scanning all documents and backing emails. That's right. Just like what Ms. Sarah Moon said. We know that, and we know that they have the technology to do that. Boy, but they don't. Instead, they're playing games. And I'm trying my best. I even asked the city if they would waive the fee. I'm going through the process. And you just saw what they're doing. Blank pages? Really? That's fraud. That's illegal. Not only is it fraud, but it violates state statute, what they're doing. I agree that doesn't make a right by any means. I just know PCB is in the business of bullying. Whoever doesn't. Yeah, for sure, Dylan. They are. And as I said, they fired the last two city clerks that did their job. But, you know, if we're going to save these United States, if we're going to save this country, we all have to be willing to make a stand. Yeah, but Bernie, I've got responsibilities. So did I. Think I didn't? I'm not talking to you, Dylan. I'm just saying that, you know, we're not asked to storm the beaches of Normandy. We're just asked not to lie to the public when we have a duty and a responsibility. If everybody, here's one way that I view how severe an ethics violation is in our personal lives or in the public trust. If everybody did that, would we be a better or worse county, city, country, person, whatever it is? If everybody did that, and if everybody did that, we'd be a banana republic, which we are. But there's a reason we are, and it can't. We're not going to fix it at the top. We got to fix it at the bottom. And if the keeper of the records won't keep the records, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But that's a problem. That's a serious problem. And it'll get fixed. It'll get fixed just like we fixed the vice mayor. It'll get fixed however it has to get fixed, in the courts, in the voting booth, any legitimate and appropriate way. It's going to get fixed. We can do it the easy way by them doing the right thing, or we can do it the hard way, promise you. But it's going to get fixed. The city of Panama City Beach will not continue to keep our public records from us so that they can continue their dirty deeds and the PCB crime family continue to line their pockets at our expense. It is not going to happen. Mark my words. Hey, I want to remind you of something too, by the way. I want to remind you about AFP Florida, Americans for Prosperity. If you're looking for a wonderful, biggest grassroots organization in America, if you're looking for a way to donate your time and make a difference, this is a great way.
Americans for Prosperity is the largest grassroots organization advancing policies that help people improve their lives. AFP Florida seeks to end corporate welfare, expand energy options, and reform education and healthcare by giving people more choices. Sign up today and volunteer at americansforprosperity.org.
If you would like to support my efforts, here's how you can do it. You can become a patron at patreon.com/Bernie Thompson. It's just like giving a tip. It's crowdfunding. It's how I'm able to barely do this. You can give a tip for as little as $5 a month. It's easy. It's anonymous, and you can quit at any time. Patreon.com/Bernie Thompson. Also, I want to thank another one of our sponsors, The Unknown Patriot. As always, God, I just love the way that looks. Isn't that cool? It comes from the Gong Show, the Unknown comic. But this is the Unknown Patriot. All right, I'm going to continue on this with the public records because it is fraud and they're breaking the law. And this aggression will not stand, man. Hey, who knows where that comes from? This aggression will not stand, man. Do I have that? I might have that.
This will not stand, This aggression will not stand, man.
It's not going to stand, man. I'm trying to tell you. All right. Thank you so much for being with me. Is that not amazing what I just showed you? There are 460. Oh, my goodness. 462, I believe. 465. I've got the number wrong. There are more than 400 cities in the state of Florida, and Panama City Beach is the single worst at public record requests. And they're going to have to account for it soon. And I'll see you soon.